our brief drop below it, we managed to close right there at today's expected move. A little reversion back into our standard deviation range. Remember, if this level is lost, that will propagate some CTA selling, which is something that should be noted. The next standard deviation move out is, hold on, I think I can adjust for that. So this is what a 2 standard deviation range would look like. That puts us around 53.50. So, I mean, that would be a very big level for CTAs after today's move down. So obviously, Jolt's data tomorrow morning is going to make all the difference in the world and could very well support the bull case and see us move back towards the 5600 range, where we would await, well, ISM services and non-farm. It's right on the line, but not below. Amazing. Yeah, it's almost like there's people that are extremely interested in that outcome. Anyway, ES failed below the bull signal, caught support, bounced back, and closed above it. I will say that this kind of reversal, should it continue above 55.60 here, would be the next test. A breakout there would indicate a test of the long-term trend. So that breakout is a very bullish signal. Keep an eye out for that. A lot of that could just happen in the overnight, and we could mean revert back to like 5600 before tomorrow open. Although I would say that 5550 is maybe a better level, given today's price action. Commodities just slapped in the face today. Oil drilling to the center of the earth, down 435 basis points. Precious metals down, but gold kind of still holding up, and agricultural commodities rising. Yields at the top end of the curve dropped off really hard with the promise of rate cuts out of Japan today. Fortunately, the euro and the pound also declined against the dollar, which added a little bit of strength in what would have just been a complete rout by the yen, which has risen over the dollar by 81 points. Correlation obviously breaking down very, very hard today. Almost a 300 basis point loss on NQ into the end of the day, just shy 299. That's a huge turnaround in correlation after a couple weeks of pretty consistent declines, and probably represents a large breakdown in the dispersion trade. If this is to continue, which the data this week will probably decide, but strong trends in correlation tend to continue, then this is telling you that short tech is a profitable play, right? Because people are going long vol, or short vol rather, the underlying, long vol the index, and in huge numbers, right? That's a big shift. So it's indicative of an equity sell-off or risk-off in equities. Carry trade broke down a bit today. Obviously, most of that breakdown on the long-term side, out here on the 10, 20, 30. Much less so on the near side. So short paper, holding up the cost to carry on the long end. And that's why you see that fear of Japanese rate hikes expressed so strongly in the market, right? Even the hint at one spooked everybody today, right? Told you the carry trade wasn't over. Fucking JPM lying to everybody. Bond vol is definitely going to have moved up today, alongside correlation. So those are becoming more correlated with each other. Skew or tail risk hedging hit a fairly significant high on Friday. Hopefully we've seen this turn around. Otherwise, the exposure to outsized downside moves is going to be pretty significant. Or, well, I guess today told us that exposure already was significant. Being short vol a little bit more dangerous nowadays. That has not updated yet. Correlation between VIX, cash VIX, positive correlation moved up 1%. or VX cash VIX. So a little more strongly correlated today. Vol falling back in line with the futures pricing, and the forward yield on volatility, which I don't know if we looked at, closed the day quite positive, 9.42%. This is significant. Rarely happens. But the forward yield on volatility has not yet exceeded the yields on the 10-2 curve. So if it does close above that, you're kind of in a market crash situation. The market is crashing, going into a recession, market crashing, all the bad things. So it's still quite far away. 37.37% to 9%, but it can get there very quickly. The spice must flow. Yes, it must. Seems like my tweet last week was right on time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to head out to the doctor's, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. I hope everybody has a good night. Later, guys.